All right, so chorus 3 of, well, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go over all the fills real quick. So from the beginning of When I Come Around, so all the drum fills, you know, and there's other parts that we got to add to these drum fills at some point too with the bass drum. But for now, we'll just do like the hands. Anyways, here we go. So the first fill is. Right, you've got the, and then into the beat, right? So, and then we have the second fill, which is going to happen actually 3 times in the song. It's different each time, but just do the same one for now. You know, the one that goes. So you're playing your beat, right? Kind of playing a medium speed, not full speed, but they'll be a little bit faster. But you got the right idea. Anyways, the first fill of the chorus 1. There's 2 ways you could do it. If you're playing a 5-piece kit with 3 tom-toms, then you could just do 2 on each drum. Or if you're playing a 4-piece kit with only a rack tom and a floor tom, then you could just do, you know, a majority of the hits on the snare and the rack, or actually the snare, the high tom, and then do a lot of the beats on the floor tom. So it'd be like, right? So I'll play that one from the beat into the fill. So we got. And then that last fill at the end of chorus 1 is right, and then I kind of do the 4-stroke roll on whatever drum I'm feeling. I like to do it on the floor tom, but you could do it on the rack tom. I like to do it on the floor tom just because it just gives a little bit different vibe. Or I'll go from like the mid tom to the floor, or from the rack tom to the floor. Okay, and then chorus number 2, right? So then we've got. Fill, basically what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 flams, right? So, and then okay, and then the end of chorus 2 is going to be kind of like the first one, except we're going to go right to the high tom and do this little like. Okay, so. From the beat into that, so. Okay, after all these fills at the ends of the chorus, you're going to have like a little bit of a rest after you do, for instance, like on chorus 1. So before you go back into the beat, you're going to like rest a little bit and then boom, right back in with the crash on beat 1. And then chorus number 3. The intro into chorus number 3. What do we got for that one? It's all on the snare. This is the one that's kind of tricky. So it goes like this. I'll do the rhythm on the hi-hat. Obviously it's going to be the snare, but maybe you could see it and hear it better. Okay. So right, you do that fill, and then go into the ride cymbal beat, do your 4-stroke roll, and then you've got the last fill of chorus 3 is going to be basically like the first and second fill. It's just instead of going back to the snare, you're going to just go around the toms right away. So you're going to go like that kind of thing. You can either do, or you could, if you have a 4-piece kit, then you could. Basically, we want ba ba da 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 boom ba. So any way that you want to do that rhythm, it's totally cool. As long as you do 1 beat on the snare and the rest of it's on the toms, and then you come back to the at the end of it. So like, or So, and then you got the last fill of the song. This one, you're just going to do 2 strokes on the snare, 2 strokes on the high tom, 2 strokes on the floor tom, and then crash. So, a little bit tricky of a way to get into this. You have to go hi-hat, bass drum, and then the fill. So. And then here's how you would go into that fill, right? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay? So those are kind of the basic ways to play those fills. It works though. You don't need to do super complex bass drum patterns underneath that, but there is going to be some bass drum patterns. Once you can do those fills really well, then I'll show you that stuff. All right, good luck with that.